Bronco update. Okay, so had issues with the brakes. Um, the front brake pads were about worn out, so I put new pads on, had the rotors turned, put new calipers on because it'd been sitting for 20 years, and tried the brakes and didn't have any brakes, no power brakes. I'm like, wow, then the power brakes aren't working. What's up with that? So I checked and figured it was the booster, so I got a new booster right over there. So I put a new booster on it. Still no power brakes. I'm like, well, what the heck is going on with that? So I replaced the master cylinder, as you can see. I'm like, well, the master cylinder's been sitting for 20 years. So I put a master cylinder in it. That didn't fix it. I still didn't have any power brakes. I'm like, what the hell? Why no power brakes? You'd step on the pedal, it felt just like there was no power brakes, just a hard pedal. So I was like, well, let me do some research, did a little research. Replace the little ABS pump. It's on the driver's side frame rail right underneath where you sit there, more or less, on the driver's side. Little ABS pump, like $200, $220, something like that. So I replaced that. I go, that's got to fix it, right? I mean, it's got to fix it. I mean, I checked the rear brakes; they were working. You could push on the brake pedal, and spin the wheel with it on a jack, and it would stop. But you had to push really, really hard. So I replaced that ABS pump, bled the system again, and guess what? I mean, bled like a normal system would bleed. Boom, no brakes. Stepping on the pedal, hard as a rock. I mean, literally couldn't get the thing to stop. Like, what the heck? So I did a little research, messed around with it, played with it, yada yada. Still, no power brakes. So I went on vacation. I'm like, all right, I'll fix it when I get back from vacation. Spent a week in Oregon, did my vacation stuff with the family, yada yada. Came back and fired it up. Like, okay, I'm gonna mess with these brakes, and I could hear a little tiny vacuum leak from underneath the dash. I mean, just a little. It wasn't very big. I mean, you could hear it, just a little hissing noise, and it wasn't much. I never noticed it before. So I messed with it, started, pressing on the pedal, drove it around the neighborhood. It barely stops. I mean, it barely stops. And then that hiss got a little louder and a little louder, and I was messing with it, and I was like, this booster's leaking. I mean, it's leaking a lot. I mean, it was barely you could even notice it. I mean, barely, and then all of a sudden it was really loud. I mean, just all of a sudden really loud. Like, God, is this booster bad? A brand new booster off of Amazon, brand new. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to replace the booster. It's leaking. It ain't supposed to leak. They're not supposed to make that noise. So I changed the booster. I went down to AutoZone. Got a booster from AutoZone. I don't know who makes it. It's got a sticker on it over there. You can see it when I showed it earlier. Put a new booster on, and bam, I got brakes. Brakes are fine. Power brakes are back. Power brakes are working good. So I guess I just got a bad booster. The brand new booster from Amazon just was bad. I never had that one before. I mean, I might have got an alternator one time 100 years ago that was bad from the start or something. Or I got a brand new battery one time that was just a bad battery. It was brand new. It was bad. I was like, wow, it's brand new. I've replaced a couple of boosters, I think, over the years, maybe one. So I put that on, bam, now I got brakes. Moral of the story, I mean, I guess you could chase parts, just throwing parts and throwing money at it. But, I forgot I replaced the brake lines too, the rubber brake lines, because I was like, maybe the rubber brake lines are collapsing inside, the two in the front, and there's one in the rear differential. But I would have replaced those anyway because the thing had been sitting for 20 years, and it's from 1990. So they're probably need to be replaced anyway. So I was like, well, I'm going to replace them anyway. I mean, this is going to be my son's Bronco, and you want it to be safe, so I was going to replace those anyway. So I replaced them. That didn't fix it either, and then I tracked it to the booster. So it's got brakes now, 100%. So I went and got a new set of tires, as you can see, at discount. These all-trains. Put the beauty rings on. See, the beauty rings look really good. Toiled about what size to get. Was going to get 33s, but everybody said they rub the radius arms. Sometimes you got to cut the front of the bumper. I could have went maybe one more size up, but this is mostly going to be on the street. A little bit of deer hunting, and those are mostly forest roads up there, so it doesn't need a bunch of big, clearance for rock crawling. It'll go everywhere he's going to go. It'll do four-wheeling up there just fine. A little bit of snow. I just went with the stock size, the 31 by 10.5 15s. Later on, maybe we'll put a 2-inch lift on it and put some 33s. But for now, this stock ones are great. I redid the air conditioner. I replaced the fluid line here. Oh, that sun is bright. I replaced that line. This is all Amazon parts. That's Amazon line and an Amazon kit that I found on there. It comes with the AC compressor and all these lines. Put a new dryer on. Got the system evacuated. It works good. It's nice and cold. A couple cans of Freon. I think 2.5 cans it took. Put the driving lights on it. Well, not driving lights. They're fog lights. A lot of fog up there. A lot of bad weather. A lot of snow, not a ton, but a little bit. And he wanted fog lights. I got them on, wired them all up. They come over here, and there's a relay for it right there, and it goes across there, goes inside. Let's go inside. I'm gonna show you where I put the switch. Seats are all in. Put the switch in there. See it back in there? Just kind of hit it. So I drilled one hole in the dash over there for a USB charger, but believe it or not, there's just not a lot of space to drill in any of this stuff behind here. There's just no room to put that switch. And I could have hung a little bracket from underneath or something, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. The dash on these things looks so good. I love Broncos. Just a good looking dash. Love Fords. So I thought, well, I'll just put it way back in there. You just reach in there and click on those driving lights. But everything else looks good. Seats all turned out nice. Everything works. Last thing to do was those tires. Gonna wash it again. Got an old trick with old cars that we do. See, it's got a lot of debris on it, paint and stuff. And you buy this stuff right here. Believe it or not, Bonami. It's like a really fine cleaning powder. Everybody used to use Comet back in the day, but Comet's a little more aggressive than this. Bonami's a little finer. It's for kitchens and stuff, but you take that, put it on a wet sponge, and you rub down the whole car with it. Takes off all the debris, kind of polishes the paint. It's a cheap man's, cutting compound. I got some cutting compound here. Turtle wax makes a good one. Scratch X is a good one. I got some of that in the cabinet. And you rub the whole car down with that, and you would not believe how it shines up. I'll do another video when I get to that point, but one other problem I had was the radiator hose. This upper hose likes to slide off and get down into the fan. So there's 2 holes I drilled here, you see. I had a couple zip ties holding it, didn't like that. I don't know, I haven't had any luck with zip ties lately. I got a couple different manufacturers, and it seems like they get hard and break instantly, or like a week, and they're all brittle. So I made this. It's a piece of exhaust tubing. I weld a little bracket on it with a couple of nuts. This is going to go underneath and hold the radiator hose from falling into the fan. I'll bolt it on, come back, take a look at it. Okay, I installed it, and there's my little fix. 2 7/16" bolts. That, as you can see, a little bright out here. It keeps it from getting down in that fan. Ingenious? I don't know. And I glued a little piece of radiator hose on the inside so it just sits there. But now, bouncing, I mean, look how close that fan is. Look at how close it is. It won't get down in there, I guess. Guess I could have probably shortened this end of the hose and pulled it back this way and got it up on top of here more. That might have helped, now that I think about it, but I went ahead and made that. It's done. Not much else left to do. I gotta mount the spare tire on the rear spare tire rack. Got a spare tire cover from Amazon coming. It's getting close. I'll maybe film a short little episode at the end. One more, probably, maybe 2 more, of me delivering it to my kid. And then this project's done, and it's on to this R90S BMW. Got a bunch of parts laid out. This is a BMW R90S, 1975. I got another one over there in pieces. Parts I've collected. Wow. A junker car needing a brake job just went by. That's the next project.